Dear students, welcome to the second video concerning lexical relations. Now, in the last video, I talked about one lexical relation concerning synonyms, and we said that synonyms are words where they are close, near in meaning, but it doesn't mean that they are the same in meaning. Now, how do we demonstrate that? How do we prove that these two words or three words are not the same in meaning? We cannot use them interchangeably. Now, I gave you more examples, but here I feel I want to add more examples for more clarification from English and from Arabic. Now look at this. أجب عن ثلاثة أسئلة. أجب عن ثلاثة أسئلة. رد على ثلاثة أسئلة. Now see in our English, what is the equivalent of this? Answer three questions here. أجب عن ثلاثة أسئلة. Okay, this is correct. But can we use, because in English we said answer and reply, but can we use even in Arabic you see نقول أجب ورد. طيب do we say رد على ثلاثة أسئلة? Or in English do we say reply to three questions? Of course not. So what does this mean? This means that although أجب and رد, answer and reply, are related, are close in meaning, but they are not the same in meaning. How do we know this? From these examples, we cannot use them interchangeably. When we raise questions, when we make questions, that then we write a note to the student, we say أجب عن ثلاثة أسئلة, not أرد على ثلاثة أسئلة. Okay, right. Another example is مرج البحران يلتقيان. مرج البحران هي آية بالقرآن الكريم في سورة الرحمن. مرج البحران يلتقيان. مرج البحران يلتقيان.
لا يلتقيان.
مرج البحران يلتقيان. بينهما برزخ لا يبغيان. You see here, we do not say مرج Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Almighty doesn't say مرج اليمان يلتقيان. لا, قال مرج البحران يلتقيان. وكلمة بحر ويم, they are also synonyms. So this is also what another example where بحر or yem, they are synonyms, but they cannot be used interchangeably. Okay, these are just examples related to to synonyms. Now let me move to another lexical relationship where the relationship between words is not meaning is close, near, but the meaning is, see here, what's the definition? Antonyms: words with opposite meanings. Words with opposite meaning. Right. Now what does this mean? Let us have an example here. See, for example, by the way, this information, you find it on page 114 in the book, in your book, 114, page 114 in your textbook. Now, let me write you these pairs. Take, for example, alive, and the opposite is what? Dead. We have long, we have short. We have big, we have small. We have male, we have female. Okay, we have fast, new, fast, slow, sorry. We have single, we have married. Now look at these pairs, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, these pairs. Alive is the opposite of what? Dead. Now when I say to you, for example, what is the meaning of alive? The answer is the meaning of alive. Alive is the opposite of dead. Okay, so this is one way. What is the meaning of long? You say long is the opposite of short. What is the meaning of fast? Fast means is the opposite of slow. This is one way of expressing meaning. You give me the opposite. What is the meaning of male? You say to me, male is the opposite of female. This is one way, yes, one way of expressing what meaning. What is the meaning of single? Single means is the opposite of married. So this means that you know the meaning of single, and then you know what the meaning of married. Right. So opposite. Okay. Now look at these. If you look at these, what pairs of synonyms: alive, dead, big, small, long, short, male, female, fast, slow, single, married. Now here, if you look at these, each pair, this pair, for example, I say pair 1, having 1, and this is 2, this is a 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6. Now, this pair, 1 and 4 and 6, these 1, 4, 6, big, 2, 3, 5. Now look here. Here, alive or dead cannot be compared. Cannot we have the comparative form here? Cannot make a comparison. Cannot make a comparison here. I do not say alive, aliver, dead, deader, male, maler, female, femaler, single, singler, married,
married,
more married. It's not possible. But here we say big, bigger, small, smaller. We can make a comparison. Long, longer, short, shorter, fast, faster, slow, slower. So what does this mean? This means that we have two main types of
antonyms.
Antonyms. Where we have a comparative form, of what of one adjective or one antonym. I said big, bigger, small, smaller. Here I call it gradable antonym. I call it gradable antonyms. gradable يعني تدريجية. يعني عندي big و bigger و small و smaller. هذا أسميها gradable antonyms. إذن هسه gradable antonyms are a type of antonyms where we can have a comparison. And we can one antonym. When I say what is the opposite of big, I say small. Can we make a comparison from these antonyms? Yes, we can say big, bigger, small, smaller, long, longer. What is the opposite of longer? Longer is the opposite of shorter. We have scale here. Here we have scale. يعني مثل تدريج. scale. You see, يعني 0 1 2 3 4 like this, graded. هذا يسميها graded. grade درجة. شوف graded. تدريجي مدرج. But here we do not have a comparative form. We cannot make a comparative form from these from these antonyms. So because we cannot have a comparative form, we call them non-gradable. Non-gradable antonyms. Non-gradable antonyms. And then we have two types of antonyms. Gradable antonyms, where we can make a comparison from bigger, small, smaller. Okay? But with non-gradable, no, it is not possible to have a gradable, this sort of comparison. We cannot say aliver. When somebody is alive, there is no aliver. When somebody is dead, we don't say deader. When somebody is single, we do not say singular. We do not have this. Okay? Male, we do not say maler, female, femaler. It is not possible. So put in your mind that there are two types of antonyms in English, and also in Arabic, by the way. In Arabic also we can establish such relationship. Let me give you an example in Arabic. Right. We say طويل is the opposite of قصير. Or say أطول أقصر. Comparative. هذه gradable. Also we have حار عكس بارد. We say نقول أحر أبرد. هاي المفاضلة، صيغة المفاضلة. We say سعيد عكسها حزين. We say أسعد أحزن. But if we take, for example, صادق عكسها شنو؟ كاذب. طبعا here now look at these examples in Arabic. طويل أطول قصير أقصر حار أحر بارد أبرد سعيد أسعد حزين أحزن. هذا we call it what? Gradable. Between you see طويل أطول. Okay, حار أحر. There are grades here. يعني ممكن there is water. Good, this water is hot, but we say hotter. Here we have degrees, if it is possible, degrees. Okay. Yeah, and for example, I say, water boils at 100 degrees boil. Now, what about when it is at 90? So 100 degrees is hotter than 90 degrees. See, degrees here, we have degrees. But if we look at this example of حي and ميت, here we cannot say, we do not have degrees, we do not have gradation. ما عندنا احنا هنا تدريج. No, if somebody is حي, it means he is not dead. If somebody is dead, it means he is not alive. If somebody is present, it means he is what? Not absent. Well, this is a very good point. When I say ليس حي, يعني النفي, the opposite of one, means when you negate one, and the negative test, so negative test. ليس حيا معناته شنو؟ معناته ميت. Negative of one, it means what?
The opposite.
The opposite. The negative of one it means the positive. It means the opposite, sorry. The negative of one means what? The opposite. Here we have direct opposites. Direct opposite. ليس حاضرا. When you say ليس حاضرا معناته هو شنو؟ غائب. يعني التست هذا التست هنا عندك negative test. When you say that the negative of one, it means شنو? It means the positive. The other is positive. The other is what? Is positive. ليس حيا معناتها ميت. ليس حاضرا معناتها غائب. There is nothing in between. You see here, this is a very interesting point. And when you negate someone, it means exactly the opposite. Exactly the opposite. This is like, let me put it this way. When the negative of one in non-gradable, it means exactly the opposite. ليس حيا, the opposite, يعني المضاد هو ميت. ليس حاضرا, it means he is what? He is غائب. This is also you find it where in English. In English also it is like this. When you say he is not present. When you say he is not present. Okay, here you see how to distinguish now examples of a gradable or non-gradable. You see here when I say in English, I already gave an example in Arabic concerning gradable and non-gradable. قلنا إذا لم يكن هو حيا إن لم يكن هو حيا فمعناته هو شنو؟ ميت. يعني النفي الواحدة من هذه المضادات تعني الآخر.
بالضبط.
Exactly, yes. بينما you see in English it is the same. When I negate من أنفي كلمة present من أقول and he is not present means he is what? He is absent. شوف. فالنيجاتيف gives me imply the other. يعني يتضمن الآخر. يعني كلمة not present تتضمن means شنو؟ absent. Here. You see, أكو direct opposite هنا. Direct opposite. يعني when you negate non-gradable, when you negate one, the other, it implies the other. يعني من أقول أنا dead وأقول present وأقول what? Absent. When I negate present, then it means شنو? Directly it means what? Absent. When I negate, for example, the word male, definitely it means what? Female. So there is direct such a relationship where the opposite of one implies the other, the negative of one implies the other. We call it direct opposite. This is in what? In non-gradable. In non-gradable what? Antonyms. But when we go to gradable, the negative of one antonym doesn't necessarily mean or imply the other. Not like this. When I say, for example, the water is not cold, does not mean it is hot. Maybe it is what? Warm. It is warm. So here because we have grades here, degrees. Here we have degrees. Degrees in, for example, in beauty. Degrees in ugliness. من أقول she is not beautiful. It doesn't mean that she is what?
Ugly.
She's ugly. No, not necessarily. When I call something is not new, it does not mean that it is what?
Ancient.
It is old. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But when this is in non-gradable, but in gradable, but in non-gradable, when you negate one, it definitely means the other. When I say he is dead, he is not dead, there is no question about it that he is what? Alive. So put these in your mind, that antonyms means meanings. So their meaning is opposite, and this is a relationship between words. already we saw the relationship in terms of relatedness or relatedness in meaning, but here no, it is the opposite. The meaning is opposite, tabad. So see the relationship. Here we have, as I said, that antonyms can be gradable or can be what? Non-gradable. Gradable means we can make a comparative form.
And there is something in between.
Right. And
non-gradable.
Right. Well, in non-gradable, when you negate one antonym, it implies the other. But in non-gradable, but in gradable, when you negate one, it doesn't necessarily mean what the other. With this, I stop concerning antonyms. And as I said, that you find this information on page 114 if you want to read about this. Okay, right. Thank you very much.